Hello, my YouTube friends. I'm about to attempt something that might be completely impossible, or maybe even crazy. I'm starting brand new live streaming channels from zero. No audience, no shortcuts, and no cross promotion. And I'm going to grow them until they're making $10,000 a month combined. And here's the wild part. I'm filming everything. Every planning session, every setup, every stream, every win, every fail, and of course, every single dollar. Because I think that too many people think live streaming is too scary or too difficult or too complicated to start. So I want to prove that you can do this even if you're not a tech wizard and even if you're starting from scratch. Will I actually get to $10,000 a month in combined income across all the channels? I don't know, but I don't plan to stop until I actually do. And that's good enough for me. So you know what? Let's get to it. Let's lay down the ground rules for the 10K challenge. Because if you're going to follow along, and I really hope you do, you're gonna need to know exactly what's in play. Now, rule number 1, and of course this one is just for me. I'm starting with brand new channels, brand new accounts, no cross promotion from this channel, no shortcuts, nothing that would give me an unfair advantage. This is a totally clean slate. And for that reason, of course, I won't be telling you guys the names of the channels or putting any links in here. And since I'm absolutely sure somehow, at some point, someone's gonna find the streams, I'm gonna be putting the channel names in the block words of the comment section on my videos so that nobody can share the names. And all that is meant to kill the advantages that a lot of you guys are gonna think that I have. Oh, and by the way, I do have some disadvantages as well. I mean, I'm not exactly Brad Pitt here, and I'm also not young. And I'm gonna be trying to get traction on platforms that are populated by much younger audiences. We all have disadvantages, but we can overcome them. Rule number 2, every single penny gets tracked and shared. That means donations, affiliate commissions, sponsorship deals, membership revenue, merch sales. If it comes in, you're gonna see it. Absolute total transparency. And a lot of people may wonder why I'm putting a dollar amount on this. I get that when you first start streaming, you're like, I'm just gonna do it for fun and we're gonna see what happens. And that makes perfect sense. But 6 months in, when you stream 3 hours every single day to try to build your audience and you have no strategy for how you make actual money, by then 3 hours a day starts to seem like work. We're gonna start monetizing it from zero. So even if you're just doing it for fun, you know how to monetize your stream so it doesn't become a job. Rule number 3. I'm documenting the entire process, the planning, the setup, the actual streams, and the results. You're going to see view counts, the revenue, the failures, and the wins. Nothing is going to be hidden here. So for those of you who think I can't do it, well, you can come in here and watch along and just see. And for those of you who are rooting for me to do it, well, with these spiky cleats, anything is possible. Cleats? Hold on. I've gone over this challenge at least 1,000 times in my head, and I've realized that it's missing something. An actual deadline. I mean, nobody wants to watch me do this for the next 10 years. So I'm gonna do something even crazier. I'm giving myself 6 months to complete this challenge. And here's my favorite part. I want you to join me. I'm gonna show you the process so you can try that and start your own streaming journey and share your progress. Let's build a community of streamers who support each other and grow together. If I see enough comments here of others taking the challenge, maybe I'll create a Discord where we can all share our journey together. Ready to find out if this is even possible? Me too. So let me go ahead and show you how I got everything set up. Now I want to get everything for my live stream set up in about an hour, and that means we're gonna set up on 2 different platforms. I'm gonna use TikTok and we're gonna use YouTube Shorts format. So we're gonna stream in vertical, which is way out of my comfort zone. I've never done this before, but that's where we're gonna start. And the first thing we need is a name for our stream, and we're not gonna be complicated here. Basically, we wanna know what we're gonna be streaming about. And so what I want you to do is make a list of a couple of things that you're really passionate about. Anything at all, sports, cars, basket weaving, it really doesn't matter. And then put those 3 or 4 things in ChatGPT and ask it, which one of these would be a good source of live streaming content? It's an easy way to start. I want to create some live streaming channels. My passions are drag racing, car culture, and the NFL. Sure, why not? Now you could put 5 different topics in here. It doesn't really matter. So can you give me some information on these media, on these topics, and how they might perform on different social media platforms for my streams. This is to help me decide which idea is the best. Boom. Now, I'm not going to use any of these ideas. I'm just trying to give you an example of what you can do to make it easy on yourself to help you find a niche. And you definitely want to pick something that you're passionate about. So let's see what ChatGPT gives me here. So for drag racing, it's a niche but passionate audience, meaning it's not super huge, but the audience is really passionate and they follow. We've got often overlaps with general car culture, which is something else I'm really interested in. So content opportunities, it gives you some potential. So 3 checks on YouTube, 1 check on Twitch, 2 checks on Facebook, 1 check on Instagram, and 2 checks on TikTok, with some notes on the side that give you the idea of where you're at. And it goes through and does the same thing for the other 2 niche ideas that I had, which is car culture, and then of course the NFL. So from this, I can easily choose any one of these things, and then down here it sums it all up. Drag racing, medium to high potential. NFL, very high potential. So you can go through and read this and kind of determine where you want to start. Now, just because something has mega high potential or whatever, well, that also means that it's probably got some strong competition as well. So you've got to make a smart choice based on what you're truly passionate about. Even has some cool final thoughts. So let's say that we decided to go with car culture. It seems like it's the easiest one. They're giving some warning on the NFL stuff because of potential copyright issues and everything else. And it does say easiest entry, evergreen content, the most flexible across all platforms. So let's go ahead and ask ChatGPT to give us a name of the stream, and it even asks you right here, stream show formats and names. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy that right here, and we're gonna say, can you give me, and boom, for a car culture streaming channel. And my main thing in this whole thing is don't overthink it. It doesn't matter if it sucks, if it doesn't work for you. You can literally change this a week in. It doesn't matter. We're just getting ideas. We want to have some fun and we want to live stream. That's the most important thing. I truly think if you live stream, even when you suck, because you will, I will, you're going to find out that it's intoxicating and fun, and you're going to do it more and you're going to get better at it. But the first thing is not to overthink it and just stream. So we're gonna just pick a name. Garage Live, okay. Cruise Talk, kinda like that, that's fine. Build Battles, and all this stuff. Car Culture Weekly, that sounds almost as exciting as a proctology exam. Meet Coverage Live, whatever. Top 5s and Tier List Live, that's kind of interesting. Under the Hood, I do like that name. React and Roast. Car Confessions is another interesting one. If I know a lot of people in the car culture, I can easily bring them on. We can talk about their builds and crazy things that happen. So I like Car Confessions and I like Under the Hood. Now, if I were gonna do something like this, it'd probably be a variety show where I would talk about drag racing and talk about interesting YouTube content that I've seen that had builds in it or whatever. And I think one of the coolest names that I've seen here is Shift Happen. I think that's a really cool name for a live stream about automotive stuff. So I'm gonna choose that one. And so basically I'm gonna say, can you create an image prompt for a logo for, and we're gonna put it in quotes and we're gonna put shift happens in there, and it's gonna hopefully create us an image prompt for a logo. Again, don't overthink this. Don't go crazy. Now, obviously, you can create the image right here if you want. It says, would you like me to generate an image for you using this prompt? So I'm gonna just ask it to do that. However, I think we're gonna take this prompt into another image creation software that's also free. So let's go ahead and say, yes, please generate an image from this prompt. And what I'm gonna do is give it a little bit of guidelines. It should be 1K by 1K in size. And let's see, because I mean, your logos are always square. We're gonna go with that. So boom. It's gonna generate an image for us. It takes a couple of seconds. While we're doing that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy out the actual prompt text that it gave us here. We're gonna Control C. And we're gonna go into Canva. Now this is a blank one, it's just brand new, I just created it. And we're gonna go into this apps right here at the bottom. And we're gonna scroll down to the AI images, and we're gonna go to Logo Maker right here. And we're gonna do a new design. We're just gonna go with logo right here, 500 by 500, fine. And what we're gonna do is just exit out of there, and we're gonna paste our stuff in here, and we're gonna click create, and we're gonna see what it comes up with. Let's go back and see what ChatGPT came up with. Yeah, it's getting close, but there's nothing there yet. And there we go. We've got a logo. And quite honestly, this works for me. Maybe it should be a little bit more automotive centric, so we're gonna just have it create another one right here. And we're gonna see what we get on that. See, I like that maybe a little better. Maybe not, it's pretty much the same. Let's see, network error connection. Retry. Come on now. Doesn't like me not being here. Let's just wait for it to finish. I'm just gonna reload this page because it looks like it's practically broken. And there we go. So we've got this one here. It seems to me that they actually understood the assignment just a touch better on this end than they did on Canva. I mean, this is fine. I kind of like this little red line under there, but that doesn't necessarily scream shift knob, and neither does that. It screams microphone. Whereas we got something from ChatGPT, by the way, totally free, which I think works. So I'm probably gonna go with one of these. I think that works just fine. Boom, we're done. Now I want to incorporate this into a simple banner that we're going to use on our YouTube channel. So we're going to come back over here. We're going to go back up here, and we're just going to go home. And we're going to look at templates, social media, and up here we're just going to put in YouTube banner. There really isn't anything you need to have other than a logo on TikTok, so we're not even going to worry about it. We're just going to find ourselves a YouTube banner. And so what we want is something super simple. Just kind of looking for something that may have a background that is automotive related. All right, automotive YouTube banner, that works. Something like this. I'm gonna customize this template, and we're gonna remove that. We're gonna remove this, and we're gonna just move this over here, because why not? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna drag in our image right here. And again, we are not trying to do anything other than create some simple assets that will be fun and recognizable. We're gonna take this, and I'm gonna give it a little bit of transparency right there so it kind of blends in around the edges. Basically, I think what we have here works fine. I don't like this, bye-bye. I don't like this, bye-bye. I think that's all we're gonna need. And you know, when you see how these line up in YouTube, you'll understand why it's just placed right here. This area right here is the main part of the YouTube template over in this area. Everything else only shows up on like TV and everything else. So it really doesn't matter. This is gonna give us what we want. So what we're gonna do is just come over here. We're gonna go to File, Download, and we can download it as PNG, but that might end up being too big. And so basically, that's what we're gonna do. Simple. We're gonna download that file. Now we have simple logo and a banner. We're pretty much done. All we have to do is set up the accounts. However, if you wanted to get more information about what style of live stream you can do, or maybe even scripts and bullet point ideas for episodes, well, let me show you how you can do that really quick in just a couple of seconds. So we come over here and we go, for the first episode, I want to do a live stream about the new Mustang. Can you give me a rough stream outline with bullet points on what I might want to cover? Boom. And you're not going to use this, okay, because ChatGPT is really pretty stupid. It's going to give you the most general, basic stuff that you could possibly think of. However, it's smart enough to give you some ideas that will get the wheels churning so that you can just write some bullet points on a little card or on your phone that when you don't have anything to talk about, you turn around, oh yeah, I wanted to mention, and there you go. It just makes it easy. Give yourself a little bit of a crutch for your first live stream, and you're not gonna be so nervous and terrified about what's gonna happen. So it's an easy way to come up with stuff, and you can see here, cold open. This is basically planning out your live stream for you. You don't have to take any of this, but you can. You could just bullet point new engine and powertrain, new transmission, manual or automatic, performance specs, blah, blah, blah. You could write these down as bullet points so that you can just check your phone or whatever while you're live and boom, move on. But it does actually give you quite a bit more that you could flexibly use. You can ask ChatGPT anything, and then you can take that stuff and use it in your own live streams. Obviously, you're not going to use it word for word, and obviously it's just giving you ideas that you can build on. But look at how easy we were able to get a logo and a banner, and now we can go live. What did that take? 10 minutes? Let's set up our accounts. So for TikTok, I don't have an account, so I'm going to create one. TikTok is really easy. All you need to do is go to TikTok, click the login button, and you're gonna just use your Google account to log in. And you have a Google account because, of course, you're watching this on YouTube, so you have an account. Now, once you're in that account, all you have to do is go up to the top right and click on View Profile, which will bring you to this page. You go to Edit Profile. On this page, you can modify your username, the channel name, add a bio, which would be what your channel is about, and then change your profile photo. It's really that simple, and you click Save, and boom, you're finished with your TikTok account. Now, as far as YouTube goes, once you go ahead and log into your YouTube account, you're gonna wanna go to your profile, and then over here on the left, we're gonna go to customization, and we're gonna change our banner image. Now, the original banner image that we created in Canva, if I open that up, you're gonna see that our logo is a little bit off the page. I went ahead and adjusted that a little bit. Now you can see this is viewable on all devices. Viewable on desktop would be this whole thing, then viewable on TV. So I'm gonna go ahead and load up the one that I modified just a little bit. We're gonna open that up. Bada bing, our logo is in the box. We're gonna click done, and we're gonna do the same thing with our profile picture. We just click change. We're gonna select our profile picture, click open, and that looks perfect. There we go. So now we can just come down here and change the channel name, and it's gonna let you put whatever channel name you want. So if it's already taken, doesn't really matter. There can be 15 shift happens. There we go, changed our name. Come down here to the handle, and here it's gonna have to be unique. So you're gonna notice, as soon as I do that, it's gonna tell me, well, that's already taken. And it's gonna give you some suggestions down here at the bottom. So here you're just gonna have to play around with it till you find a number, or maybe you put an underscore in there, whatever, till you get to one that works. Other than that, you're already set. You come down here, you can put in your description, what your channel's gonna be about. Pretty simple stuff. Don't overthink it. Just slap something in there and then go up and click the publish button once you're all set. Now, once you publish it, we're going to want to go down here into settings, and we're going to go into channel, and we're going to go to feature eligibility. And here we're going to go ahead and put in the information so that it can do the standard features, the intermediate features, and the advanced features, so that this is going to activate our live streaming. Now, the hiccup here is that when you do apply to have access to these features, it can take like 24 hours for everything to go through. So you won't be able to live stream 24 hours from the time that you set this up. But once you do, you click save and you wait your 24 hours. But we have a couple other things to do anyways, because we have to set up our streams. Now, just like everything else, we're gonna set up OBS and we're gonna keep it simple. We're not going crazy here. We're not doing overlays or anything like that, because when you start out, you just wanna have a simple, basic live stream and see what works. And that's what we're gonna do. For those of you who may be unfamiliar with OBS, it's a free application that you can download on your machine that will allow you to live stream to any platform. Now I plan to live stream to 2 locations, YouTube Shorts and TikTok. And of course, this could complicate things a little bit. And if you wanted to just stream to one location to start, that's perfectly fine. The first thing we're gonna do is go up into profile. We're gonna create a new profile. I'm gonna call this 10K stream, and we're gonna show the auto configuration wizard. I'm gonna click OK, and we're gonna optimize our streaming and recording as secondary. Here we're gonna select our base canvas resolution. For now, that's gonna be just fine. We're gonna alter that in a second. I'm not going to be streaming games, so 30 frames per second is perfectly fine. Next, it's gonna ask us where we wanna connect. It just makes sense for us to go ahead and connect to YouTube right off the bat. We can connect our account automatically, and bada bing, OBS is connected to YouTube. So we can just click next. It's gonna test to see what our connection can handle. Once it's finished, it's gonna give you a readout. And the only thing that's a little bit of a red flag here is that bit rate, because I'm gonna have to double that to stream to 2 locations. So we're gonna have to fix that, but otherwise everything else is just fine for our initial setup. So I'm gonna click apply settings, and I can just close this stuff out right now. I don't need it. We wanna keep everything as simple as possible. And you can see we've still got our old scene collection in here, so we're gonna create a new one of those too. We're gonna go new, and we're gonna go 10K stream, click OK, and boom. So now everything is new, a new profile with all of our video settings and a new scene collection that we can start to build our live stream on. Next, I'm gonna go into settings, and I'm going to go to our output section. And you can see right here, it has our video bitrate at 10K. And that's a little bit excessive. So I'm gonna just make this 6K and be done with it. Everything else is fine. The other thing that we wanna change is we're gonna go into video settings, and we're not gonna be streaming in horizontal, we're gonna stream in vertical. So we're gonna change our base canvas, and of course, it's not actually listed here. So we're gonna have to go 1080 by 1920, and boom. Once we do that, then it'll show up here. You wanna make sure these are both identical. 1080 by 1920, our frames per second is good, apply, okay, and we're done. I can click on our preview window, hold down the space bar, and use my scroll wheel to zoom out, and we can see our canvas. So the next thing we're gonna do is create our scene. I'm gonna change this. We're gonna rename it. I'm just gonna call it main. Click the plus, and we're gonna add a camera. So video capture device. I'm gonna call this cam. Okay, gonna select our camera. Then I'm gonna go down to the bottom here, and I'm gonna use a custom audio device, and I'm gonna add my microphone in there, and boom, we're done. So now I just need to configure this, and I do want parts of my background, and I should center myself up here a little bit, but I do want parts of my background to be visible. So I don't necessarily want to stretch this out to fill the entire screen. I've worked hard on this background. I want some of that personality to show through. So what I'm gonna do is do that, and then I'm gonna create a simple background. So we're gonna go in there, and we're gonna go to color source, and I'm just gonna call this background, click OK, and I'm gonna go ahead and select a color. Actually, I'm not gonna do that just yet. I'm gonna click OK. I'm gonna move this background down here, right click, then I'm gonna go into properties. Now I'm gonna select a color. So we're gonna select a color, and I'm gonna pick a color, and I'm gonna go with this color right here. Click OK. It should help it to blend kind of in with that backdrop, and there we go. So I'm gonna click OK. Now I can manipulate this so it covers our entire background. All right, super easy. Now what I'm probably gonna do is move this camera down, because eventually we're gonna put some alerts up here. But I'm not doing that in this video because it's already gonna be too long, and I don't wanna get you guys overwhelmed with what to do. We just wanna go live. That's the only thing we wanna do. So now our stream is set up. We're done. We can live stream with this and look pretty good, have some fun, and be done with it. All we have to do now is connect our accounts. And as you already know, when we go in here, we can see that if we go to streams, we're already set up to go to YouTube. So we're completely done with that. How are we gonna stream to TikTok? Well, first I tried Stream Elements SE. Then I found this questionnaire that's supposed to fast track your access. Then I tried to go through TikTok's own app in order to gain access to live streaming. Alright, so getting TikTok set up to go live was my first humongous setback. I mean, they really don't want you to go live, unless of course they want you to go live. What I'm gonna do is go live directly to YouTube Shorts, and then I'm gonna repurpose some of that content for some TikToks that will hopefully get us enough followers to be able to go live, because I really want to go live on TikTok, and this is the struggle that anyone might have to deal with. And of course, in future episodes of this series, I will share with you everything I do step by step until we get to the point where we can get live streaming on TikTok as well. Everything is ready, OBS is dialed in, and the content plan is locked. This is the moment, the edge of your seat, palm sweaty moment, where all the planning and setup either pays off or it totally doesn't. The only thing left is to hit that start streaming button. Now, I have no idea if anyone's gonna show up or if something's just gonna blow up on me live on air. But next time, you're gonna see it all. The first viewer, the first chat, the first technical disaster or maybe miracle, and exactly how much money, if any, this brand new set of channels makes in one day and over the first week. If you're fired up to try this with me, tag your progress with hashtag Stream10K in the comments or on whatever platform you're on, and share what niche you're streaming in. I want to see your setups, your wins, your fails. Let's make this a real community push. Who knows, maybe you'll hit the 10K before I do. All right, it's that time. I'm hovering over the button. Is this gonna work, or will it crash and burn? We'll all find out together in 7 days.